Don't quote us on that. You effing idiot.
The fuck is up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Welcome to the third episode podcast.
Yeah, third episode podcast. She just had a stroke.
Yeah, I did.
A stroke.
It's been a rough morning this morning. No,
Yeah.
I woke up fucking late.
Yeah, we did. I'm not gonna lie, I went out last night.
Yeah, you go out every time, and then we put this time, 9 o'clock.
I
We're
had
gonna do
to, I
this,
had
and
to, I
then
had to.
I text them at 8:30.
Listen,
Hey, you what?
I had a rough
Nothing till.
rough work week. I had a fucking rough work week, brother.
Okay, tell me about it.
Tell me about it. Well, so I got moved to a different location. I was about to give the location, but
Yeah, I saw you in Battle Creek.
yeah.
Did you? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I'm my work. So it's a temp agency. So we actually moved. So I got put onto a different shift. So first shift, at a different factory. We're kind of like contractors in a way.
Yeah, I know where it's at. Yeah.
At a different factory. So yeah. So basically, I have to stand up for 8 hours, and I don't get to sit down. And I just.
Are you on assembly?
No, we check parts.
Oh,
so we have
okay,
to check
yeah.
parts, so
Yep. I've done that before.
It's just
Tedious.
it's so tedious, and it's like my mind. I lose my mind, but I get to listen to podcasts and music, and my work crew is pretty dope right now. So
Good.
my work crew is pretty dope. They're pretty cool people.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm happy you had a really good weekend.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
Oh,
brother?
you mean the start of the weekend?
Yeah. How was it?
Oh, I got some great news.
Wait, okay, tell me about it. Let's go.
So, I don't think I've told you or anybody
No,
except
I haven't. The only time I text you is like
when
what
we
have
talk.
to do. Yeah, what we have to do about the podcast.
This is perfect because then we have a lot to talk
exactly.
about. But
yeah,
so I was looking at Handshake, blah blah blah, and just trying to find a job before I graduate. And this job, I don't wanna say the company yet because like I'm brand new to them.
Yeah, because you don't want the company to know
but-
like you have a podcast and you talk shit. So
Yeah, so like I don't want to be like them to know where I work for, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a interview a phone interview. That went very well, and I was like, oh blah blah blah. They scheduled me for another interview
okay.
in person. So I go in person on Thursday at 3 o'clock. I go and I do the interview. Oh my gosh, I had to ask. They were asking me so many questions. But I was going through the interview and I was like, okay, I'm doing good. Like I'm answering the questions very well. Like seems like I'm making the little talk, but I'm not. Like I'm making more of a story instead of just answering the questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get lost too because they ask you about like, what's your, like there's kind of like a background and you just go into like the most important stories and most of the time they don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So I was just
yeah.
like giving them a little story just to keep them going because I know they ask a lot of people these questions and like I want to make myself unique. And so it went very well. And then I was like, so how long is the interview process going to take? And they're like, oh, we're interviewing some candidates. You probably won't hear a call back till like May. I was
Right.
like, oh, okay. Gives me time to finish off school, all this, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, yeah. They asked me, are you looking for another job and stuff? And I was like, no, like this is the only job I've applied, like fully applied to. So like, I'll wait until you guys give me a no and I'll move on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at work on Friday, and I just had a feeling. I just had this feeling. I was like, oh, I probably should have my phone by me just in case they do call me, even though they said they're not going to call me.
That's so nerve-wracking, like when you apply for a job. And yeah.
So, like, I was like, oh, they said they won't call me till May, but, like, I'll just have it just in case. I grabbed my phone, and I look at it, and I had a missed call from the guy who called me. And he left me a voicemail message saying, blah, 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 congrats, you got the job.
You got the job.
I got the
you
job.
got the A.
I got the job.
She got a big girl job. She got a big girl job. Let's go.
Go. So he calls me and say, hey, you got the job, blah, blah, blah. Give me a call back. So I called him right away. We talked about it, figured out what I was getting paid and stuff. And then I'll be starting February 26th.
Let's go. That's
So
that's this month.
so we talked about it, and they're like, would you be willing to like work during school? And I was like, yes, but you have to match my dean's hours, like, because it's for school, and not a lot of jobs can do what the dean's office can do.
Can you use that as like because like what I always do, because I worked for the dean's office that we met at. I did that for like 4 or 5 years. So can I use that as like an intern, like saying, oh, I worked in the office and blah blah blah?
Yeah, I use my office, dean's job office, all the time because it looks so good on you. Yeah, you have to do
okay, because like I always do. I was like, I worked for the School of Business.
Yeah.
And plus, when I was at Jackson Community College, and plus Adrian.
Yeah, you worked in the marketing. Finance department.
I worked in the marketing department, and also I worked, for Adrian, and for Fair State.
There you go.
I did. So I worked in the office for the sports teams.
So you should put those things down.
So
because
I was like, I have experience. Yeah. Like I have a lot of experience with that shit too. Yeah.
So so I'm very excited. I started the 26th. They're going. I was like, can you give me those hours? Blah blah blah. And they're like, yeah, we'll see what we can do. And then we figure out our schedule yesterday. And he's like, yep. So you just have to come in 1 to 4 Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We can blip this out.
Yeah, you can,
we're gonna blip this out.
You can say whatever.
Yeah. And guess what? And they're willing to pay me $24 an hour for working part time.
Damn.
So they're halving.
Hey, so you gonna be the sugar mama and sugar mama of the group.
Sugar mama over here, babies.
Yo.
Just kidding. No, I gotta save up for a fucking house.
Yeah.
So,
oh, you're trying to get a house? You trying to get a house out?
I'm trying to get a house. I'm trying to.
You trying to get a house
rent
out?
my apartment out so then I can start paying the mortgage for it. So there's a lot going on.
Are you getting a house around the Kalamazoo area?
Well, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna plan on maybe staying in the condo for 2 years or rent it out.
Yeah.
And then have somebody else pay the rent and pay the mortgage for me. Yeah. And so then I just move.
Because like I know.
Pay rent for a house or something, or buy a house.
Yeah, if things pop off, like I definitely plan on moving to Grand Rapids or Detroit.
Yeah, you
or Miami.
Yeah.
Miami is my dreams place right now.
You should go to Tampa. Tampa is a very growing city, and it's getting very big.
Like Miami, they have a lot of cities have this, but like Miami has like this big art show. So what I'm about to do is gonna ask my one of my mentors, one of my professors, and see what I need to do to get, so I can do art shows, you know? So, like, because, like, in the next year, I want to do an art show at the KIA. So, I wonder how much tickets I have to sell or whatever, because I'm 100% sure I can get at least 100 people to come to my art show. Yeah. So, yeah.
It'll be fun.
But our podcast is always going to be together. We might have to take it to Zoom or whatever.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna. Everybody does.
Yeah, we're gonna still our duel.
I'm gonna be in this area for at least 2 years, maybe more. It depends how this job goes. Yeah. Like, it really just depends on the job.
The thing with like life, you don't really fucking. You don't know. You really don't know what you're gonna be in the next year.
No, you can plan for it.
Yeah, for sure.
But you have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fucking know. Like, I have an idea where I want to go, but right now, life is just lifing.
Yeah, I had a plan on going to Parker and stuff and doing the Parker program, leadership program. Yep, that's scratched.
Is it really?
Yeah. Like, I haven't even gotten a call back. I'm pretty sure I went in there late.
Yeah. Dude, so on my Indeed.
Yeah.
I realized, no, not Indeed. It was, you helped me with this. LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. So there was this production assistant manager internship job for Warner Brothers, and
I've seen that. It's very competitive.
Noah. Oh yeah, I know.
Very
so
competitive.
like, I'm gonna definitely use this podcast because that's showing, and I have like a background in multimedia.
Yeah.
So it would be perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be sweet to get a job for Warner Brothers. That's
Yeah.
a fucking
It's very competitive,
super
though.
competitive.
Very competitive.
Super, like the whole
Because you got to think about it. Warner Brothers, all these crazy movies. Then you got to think the kids of those celebrities are probably trying to apply for these internships at Warner Brothers. So you need to, after you do this music video, you need to like.
Yeah, no, I know. This is
really get your.
Yeah, like, so me working on my album and everything like that is, I'm using everything. Like, everything I do for my art and everything is
Have you created a portfolio?
Yeah.
Do you have a drive full of all your productions?
Yeah, like my music.
Like a flash drive?
Yeah, well, it's on my computer. I need to put it on a flash drive, yeah.
You need, the biggest thing is that's going to be your portfolio is the flash drive.
Yeah, because, like, I'm going to use the cover art.
Yep.
And whatever I create, like, I'm just going to use all my art stuff to put in my portfolio, so.
Yeah, for my DJing, I have a flash drive I bought. And it has, like, something kilobytes. And it's good. Still, I have so much storage. And it's all my DJ music.
Sweet. Yeah, no, I need to get that all, like, I need to spend a day and just put everything in a folder.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Well, let's get to the segment. What are we going to be talking about? You just listen to us blabber about our lives, what we're doing.
Lives. So that's just
But what this episode is going to be about mental health in school and work. We're going to dive a little deep into how mental health affects you with your job, your personal life, and school. And we're going to give us some tips of how handling it.
Yes, we're the experts.
No, we're not the experts.
We're fucking experts, bro.
Okay, he thinks he's an expert in everything, so it's fine. So the first topic we're going to get into is mental health in school. Social media is one of the biggest influence of mental health and big influence on false reality.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts about that, Noah?
So, we rephrase that question.
What are your thoughts on social media and how it's shaping the false reality
of mental health?
Mental health, not mental health,
but just
little kids when they're growing up. How is it mentally false reality? How is it affecting them?
Oh, honestly, because, well, I found out that
give me like a 25-second.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So, long story short, I just found out that I'm Gen Z. So, to all the Gen Zers out there, I'm at the tail end of being a Gen Zer.
Yeah.
But so I grew up in the between the social media era, like when Facebook was popping off, that's when I was introduced to social media, and Instagram was popping off, and Twitter. So I also like grew up playing outside and stuff like that. So I had a real world expectation, and like I realized that the internet world is obviously a whole different world. It's like you can be whoever you want to be. But I didn't realize how much that affected my mental health till
self-esteem.
Yeah,
anxiety.
Yeah, basically, throughout my whole high school, college career, that shit really affected my mental health in a big way, because I had false ideologies of like where I'm gonna be, because when we're just speaking for all the people that are coming into college or about to figure out their lives right now, the thing that fucked me up was that I thought when I was 16 or 17, 18, I really thought that I really thought that I was gonna like blow up or have a job and like be prepared for the real world by like 26 or 27 or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna have a house and everything. And the case that's not real. I mean, there's some people that actually did that, but like for my case, and I speak for the common man, I'm pretty sure that yeah, no, it was totally a false reality. And also that don't like looking at Instagram, people getting married, having houses and stuff like that, it made me feel like a piece of shit about myself, low key. So then that just like made me feel really bad about myself. But even though I've been accomplishing a lot of things for my art career and like my future stuff, like I just chose a different path. That's what
and
Yeah.
that's okay. Everybody
Yeah.
has their own paths, and it's the way that you move forward that matters. It's not what other, because when I'm on social media and I'm just scrolling through, looking at the reels, looking at like seeing the people I grew up with all getting married and all this stuff, and then seeing people my age getting married, and it's like, okay, I get it. I understand. Like, my age, well, that's hard because we're graduating, so it's fine. It is perfectly perfect to get married after, but seeing people getting engaged
Yeah.
literally right after high school, or going out and like becoming a model, like becoming a model and showing off all this crazy things that you apparently are doing, but we don't see the back ends of it.
Yeah.
The back of ends of it is they're starving themselves. They're barely getting any
Yeah.
sleep. They're getting worked their
Yeah.
ass off, and then they get body shamed. All these ladies getting body shamed.
Yeah.
Little kids getting body shamed nowadays because, oh, you're not skinny like all these other TikTokers / Instagram people. Yeah, you need to go to the gym.
Yeah.
No.
No.
That's how mentally it's gonna destroy you
that-
because you're
yeah,
trying to change
yeah,
for somebody
body
else.
dysmorphia, especially in speaking from like a man's perspective, that shit is definitely it's real. And you see like especially talking from the man's side of like what Poe is talking about for the women's side. I definitely see a lot of dudes like taking steroids now. They're taking a bunch of stuff, and because they're trying to look
Because they're mentally
yeah
in their head, they don't think they're perfect.
yeah. And plus like with the body dysmorphia too is like you take a picture of yourself and you might think that you're fat or you're whatever you feel. If you look 2 years advanced and look back at those pictures, you're pretty normal. Because for example, like I can put on a lot of weight and also I can drop a lot of weight. So there was one time I thought I was fat, but I was just bulky as fuck. And then I looked back at those pictures and I was like, I wasn't even fat. I was like, you know what I'm saying? You just can't.
Then
Yeah.
you're filtered. Then you were filtered. Now you're slowly I'm getting
And
filtered
then you're comparing.
from
The biggest, obviously, like not trying to be cliche, but the thief of all joy is basically comparing yourself to others. Like, I'm still struggling with that right now, and I'm 27, and I'm about to be 28 next month. So that you really can't, especially like your body type, your finances, your life, or whatever. You're at your own. You have
Journey.
to go out, you're on your own journey, and just like be like a lot of things with my journey that I realized is that I might be stuck in a college town for maybe a year or two again or whatever. I'm gonna try to make the best of it. Like I'm still gonna make friends, like just make the best of where you're at, because that's part of your story.
Yeah.
And every good and bad thing that happens to you is part of your story. So, like you gotta change the perspective a little bit. Like it sucks, but then when you start focusing on yourself and realizing how good you have it to a degree, because like some of us are struggling out there, but so yeah, you just gotta, sometimes you gotta sit back and just look at the things that you accomplish. And if you haven't accomplished anything, you're never too late or too old to start. Because me, within my art and everything like that, I've been studying art and music for about 5 years, but I haven't really. I just started actually like making it. If that makes any sense. Like I studied the like ins and outs about it, but now I have all the knowledge and putting things to use. So my experience with like making music and art probably like another like what 3 years of actually like doing it, and you're not gonna see the results, especially with our podcast. Like we're not gonna see the results right away, but we're gonna keep on trucking and just getting better and better. Like
Exactly.
I already feel like this episode is going super smooth, and like we have great feedback, and a lot of people are really supportive, and I definitely appreciate everybody for being supportive. Shout out to our smooth brains out there.
Well, going back to the topic.
Yeah, sorry about that. Off a tangent.
Support is really big in the mental group and mental health, and having a good support system is very important, because if you don't have that, you will dig yourself a hole and you will be in a loop.
Yeah.
And it's not good, and that's where addictions come in. That's where little things that you think are going to make you feel better come in that are bad for you and that are actually going to make you worse. Long time off.
Yeah, friends are definitely going off of that. Yeah, friends, or having the right friends. You don't have to have a lot of friends, but finding people, especially like for the incoming college people or the people that are leaving college, whatever. Like the things that I learned throughout high school and college is how important me being social is part of like my taking care of my mental health. Like like me being around my friends, going out. It doesn't have to be drinking, but just going out talking to people or going to like little art shows and just being around other people. Like that helps because it helps you get out of your head. So surround yourself with like people that you trust, people that you care about is very important. Like keep that mental health going. And plus like make sure like, because like I just realized the people in my circle, like my friends, like Poe, like we're all striving for something. So, and it keeps me engaged because like if I feel depressed, I'm like, oh man, I can't do this shit. I have a friend, Kylie, she's doing amazing. Like she's got into the gym, she's working out all the time. She's looking really great. And that inspires me. I'm like, fuck. She's in the gym, and no matter how tired I am, I go to the gym. Or just seeing one of my friends that, in a healthy, competitive way, by the way. But I see, like, Poe, she's getting a job, whatever. Like, like, it just inspires me. I'm like, this doesn't make me feel bad about myself. I'm like, all right, bet, like, everybody in my circle is doing something. We're all striving for something big in our lives. And that right there boosts up your mental health because, like, if you start seeing the people around you doing well, you're going to start doing well.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's going to rub off on you. So you want to definitely circle yourself around winners.
Exactly.
And, like, obviously that term winners is crazy because, like, you're going to lose some shit. But as long as you keep on moving forward, like what Poe said, you just have to, it doesn't matter how slow, like, you are, but just keep on moving forward, brother and sisters.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's hard when it comes to the workplace. It's very hard, and because you are trying to do your best and work is so mentally draining, and there's so many things from it. You maybe not liking your boss, from maybe you had a really bad experience with your last boss and you just have trust commitments again. Burning out could be another big one.
Burnout's a huge thing.
Yeah, and so maybe working with friends, maybe that's mentally draining, and maybe that's mentally good for you, working with friends. And then there's sleep deprivation, mentally draining.
Yeah, I actually learned this like this year. So, like, if you can't overwork yourself, like having 6 or 7 hours of sleep, I think that's don't quote me on that. But
7 to, I think it's 7 to 8,
6 to 7 hours, something like that. But I realized, so like if those people that like work, like that stay up all the time, so kind of on topic but off topic, but one of the things that I got caught up in on social media was the hustle culture.
Yeah.
And the hustle culture is it's like it has a valid point, but also I took it to the extreme where I wasn't sleeping or whatever, and like me sleeping like 3 hours is like good. But what I found out from one of my counselors is that if you don't sleep or take rest, your brain actually picks up plaque.
Yep.
And it gets like this plaque in your brain, and over time, if you do that, you can develop dementia. So that shit
wow.
that's like the leading cause of like dementia is like shit like that.
Oh wow.
Because like you build up all this plaque and
from not sleeping.
Yeah. And then so like when you go to sleep, basically how he explains it was like you get like this clean crew that just cleans away all that plaque and stuff like that. So yeah, sleep is fucking important, brothers and sisters.
Very important.
Yeah.
I need at least 12 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
To be fully ready to go.
Yeah. And
just kidding. I can do 8 hours.
And plus, like, especially with college, because like there was times I was leaving the studio at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and there's like times that you have to do what you have to do. So it's not like you're not gonna be perfect all the time, but just always having that in the back is like, all right, maybe I should just sleep on, like, if you have Saturdays off or whatever, it's like, oh, just relax and just chill and just sleep. You know, like there's nothing wrong with being lazy, like once in a while.
Exactly.
Because like we're overworking ourselves.
Yeah. Noah, have you ever had a experience with a horrible boss or a boss that was great and they mentally destroyed you or mentally lifted you up? Have you had that situation?
I've been in the workforce for a minute, so I've seen a lot of bosses.
Just give me one example. You don't need to give me.
Oh, dude. So I've construction. I did this construction job, and I was like an apprentice under this one dude. He was just basically like I was being used because like I was so eager. I showed up everywhere. I always showed up on time, and I was willing to give him everything. Basically, long story short, dude fucked me over.
It's fucked up.
And that wasn't good. I mean, you're gonna find good bosses and bad bosses, but most of my bosses lately were pretty chill. Really like them. So
good.
Yeah. I don't know where to go with that one, but
no, hey.
Yeah. But just you're not gonna always have a good boss, but also you gotta like the thing about in the workforce, you have to kiss a lot of ass, and people that aren't willing to do that, obviously you're gonna get fired and always butt heads with your higher ups, but in reality, like actual reality, like everybody has to kiss ass and like say yes sir and no sir. Like it sounds really stupid because most of the time I want to tell them to fuck off, but you have to pay bills and you gotta you just gotta just deal with it and just kind of just get through it, you know. Yeah,
I had some great bosses over the years that really saw my potential. I did have horrible bosses. I did one job that I stayed at for I was there for maybe 8 years and been busting my ass off with this job. My boss left that I was close with, and so he got replaced with his boss, the owner. He was a dick. He was so rude. He had no people skills. He did not know how to
Those are the worst fucking bosses, bro.
Yeah, he did not know how to like talk to his employees. He would like act like we didn't know how to do things, even though we were the most tech savvy people. And he'd be like, "Oh yeah, you have to do it this way."
Was he older?
He was probably in his 40s, 50s.
I feel like the 40-year-olds usually understand a little bit more.
They do. He should not be a boss. He should not be a manager. He should not be a leader. In my opinion.
No, most of them are just
leaders make a big difference. Leaders really make a big difference on how you really feel about your job.
Yeah, going off that, how do you feel? Do you think bosses should be nice or they should be mean?
There's a time and place for actions and those type of things. I think a boss can be stern, and that I I like a boss that knows that I know that they are business and they are gonna get the shit done.
Yeah, when I was working,
but I do think that bosses should be understandable, should be able to see both sides. And that is the biggest thing. A lot of bosses out here are one way, or my way or the highway.
Yeah.
Nowadays, with our generations, we are so we were taught at such a young age to critically think and think about situations, think about your actions before you say them, think about a situation, or think about yourself in their shoes. That's how I was taught.
Yeah,
so
no, that's
any situation I get into, that is my first thing. How would they feel?
Yeah.
How would they feel if I did that to them?
Yeah.
And then I'll not do it to them.
Yeah, no. Our generation, yeah, because like I remember
because we're so sensitive. Our generation is fucking, we're babies. We're such little fucking whiny ass little babies.
Yeah, we gotta toughen up a little bit, guys.
Yeah.
Like
COVID really destroyed us
yeah, like,
a little bit, not gonna lie.
Yeah, you have to, and plus like the world, like you gotta have to build, you know, people are gonna say what they're gonna say. People are gonna judge you. People are gonna like talk shit. People are not gonna understand what you're trying to do. But you you can cry about everything, but there's some things that you basically can say fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just realized like you gotta like get some tough skin, especially if you're gonna be, especially in my art field. Like people are gonna give you like feedback on everything, but also like don't just take feedback from anybody, but take feedback from people that you actually trust their opinions and their taste and stuff like that. But you can't be too sensitive out here because you're gonna get eaten alive.
Yeah, by these little hungry.
Dude, it's a doggy dog world for real. Like it's crazy.
We live in a fucking cage.
Dude, it's Game of Thrones out here. It really is. Hunger Games out here.
Have you ever do you go to therapy, Noah?
Oh, do I go to therapy? Yes, I do go to therapy. I'm open. I'm very open about that.
Yeah. How do you like it? You like
changed,
it?
It changed my life. It took me a minute because like I've been through like counselors and therapists and shit my whole life. So basically, it takes a minute to find the right therapist because not all of them will fit your like beliefs and stuff like that. And plus, you don't want a therapist too. Just for people that are thinking about therapy, you don't want a therapist that is always gonna tell you that you're always right. Because sometimes like my therapist low-key be telling me he's like, nah.
Feeding into your delusion.
Yeah, and plus like with the older generation too, they think that that's why like don't agree with the older generation's idea of therapy is they think that you sit in therapy and they're like, oh, you're boo-boo, let me just nurse your boo-boo, like, oh, that happened to you, blah blah blah. No, like you have to go to like my experience at therapy is different because like I sit there and talk about things that I really struggle with and I get a solution and then he usually gives me a pamphlet or a paper of like something and I usually do research on a diagnosis or something like that and like come back to him and we talk about it and figure out ways to get better. And that's what therapy really is. It's not you sit there and like somebody's gonna just say that your ex is wrong because da 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 and stuff. I mean, sometimes they do say that because like, but you know, like, yeah, our therapy, like you have to go to somebody that's gonna like just knows what the fuck is going on like with mental health and stuff like that, and make sure you're with like a good therapist that you vibe with, and yeah. I don't know if that made any fucking sense, but
no, it did. I don't go to therapy. I've always wanted to go to therapy, but I just don't. I do have the time. I just I just don't think they deserve. I don't want to say. I don't think they don't know me from who I was from the beginning. I
Yeah,
can
I mean-
I can feed them a whole fucking lie of a story, and they can literally believe it and
yeah.
go with it.
Yeah, and that's
Like that is some bullshit. I'm sorry, but like
Yeah.
therapy. Whoever's going to therapy, like I respect you. Like I
Yeah,
really
but the
hope
thing-
you
but
are like that therapist. That's really
I'll
gonna
give
help.
you some like inside. Actually, what you do in therapy, so you sit down with the therapist. You have to reach back into your past. You have to talk about your past. So it takes, for me, my therapist, we're cool. I've been talking to him for 4 years.
Yeah.
So I had to go from the beginning of my life and like everything. So over time, like when you meet them, you talk about things in your past to kind of build up like understand where you're coming from. So, and you have to be honest. Like you have to be brutally honest. That's why they're there. Because if you're not brutally honest with them, then they really can't help you. Because for what Poe was talking about, like telling the whole ass lie, I told the like good sides of myself to my therapist, and then I was like, this is really not helping. Like me talking to myself and like going through my life, I was like, I can't wear this mask all the time. So I had to be honest. And once I started opening up, he's like, this is the stuff that you need to talk about. Because once you talk about that thing, you can get over that thing and learn, and you can make steps to progressing.
Yeah.
And
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just have to try it someday, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their own type of therapy too. Like you don't have to sit down with the person. You can play video games or do something positive. Hang out with your grandma, hang out with your mom, dad, whatever like makes you feel good, and like just taking care of yourself. Go out to a spa. I don't really go out to a spa, but like go work out, go hang out with hang out with some friends, play some video games, watch some TV, just however you can cope with things. Like you don't want to go towards like drugs and drinking and stuff like that, because that's just gonna make the whole situation way, 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 way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into the funny question I want to ask you. Who's the most unstable person that lives in your house?
The most unstable person?
Yeah.
Is probably Buster at this point. Buster is the most unstable dog in the world. He has really bad anxiety issues. Like, he's supposed to be, this dude was supposed to be my emotional support animal. And I'm his emotional support animal. Like, it's so
this
backwards.
Dude just peed in a cage.
He just peed in his cage. I just bought him a nice ass little, what do you call him, Poe?
A topper, like a mattress topper for dogs.
Yeah, like
a little bed.
Yeah, a little bed for his
bed.
cage, because he just wrecked one of his little sheets, whatever. Yeah, and then this
For the
dude,
cage.
yeah, I went in and took a shower last night. Come out, he just tore it up.
Yeah,
And
doesn't like it.
yeah. So
Look,
I'm his support. He's having teenager fits right now. Like it's
Yeah.
actually he really
He
is.
turned one yesterday.
Yeah, he's basically a teenager in dog years. Like
Yeah.
he's really going through it.
He's really going through it. If you could create a new holiday to promote mental health, what would it be called? What would it be called, and how would you celebrate it?
I don't know. That's a tough one. What would you? I want to hear yours. I want to hear yours.
So, I think I would have mine be. It would be called Awareness to the Brain Month. And Awareness to the Brain Month. And we would celebrate we will go. It would be like a national holiday. So everybody would go to like raves, go to music festivals, and all this stuff. And then they will go, and then there would be like prescribed drugs that are not like illegal. Like not acid, it's like shrooms, like natural.
Oh,
and so then they'll be like,
I thought you were about to say like
it would be cheap. You could go to the store on this only holiday, and you could get psychedelics and go to raves, and like the raves would be only like $30 for each person.
Do it.
And then you will open up your mind and open up your psychological ways, and it could mentally help you, but it could mentally fuck you up.
Yeah.
So it's
Dude,
really up your judgment what
dude,
you want to do on this holiday.
Dude, this is what I thought. Like when you said that, I thought like you go to like these raves and these parties, and they have like prescription drugs like Lexapro and Prozac.
Yeah, why not?
It's like, hey, come to this rave, take some fucking Lexapro,
Yeah.
take some bipolar meds.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't know what you got, but take some
Yeah,
Lexapro.
take some meds really quick.
Take some prescription drugs.
It's a mental health day. It's a mental health month or whatever.
Everybody takes your Prozacs. Everybody takes your Prozacs.
It's a mental health to the brain. We love this
So
stuff.
basically doing psychedelics. Because like
Yep.
I definitely heard
Yep.
that psychedelics are very, very good. Because I actually talked to one of my psychiatrists because we're doing med changes.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that ketamine is like a big thing. And I'm glad.
It is.
Yeah, because like I was talking to my psychiatrist. I was like, I'm thinking about, I want to do ketamine. I don't know how much that's going to cost. But they're like, they have programs out in Kalamazoo. And the cool thing that I felt comfortable saying that because back in my hometown, like a lot of the doctors are not hip to the new era of like psychedelics or whatever. And the fact that this lady, she's probably like in her mid 30s.
Okay.
She like understood. Like she was like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, and she didn't judge me. She didn't look at me like fucking drug addict or whatever, like nothing like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely like you have to do your research and like talk to people that's just your psychiatrist or doctor about that stuff because I need to set up a meeting to take some treatment and see how I feel.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Well, we are getting to wrapping everything up. I
Yeah.
hope this podcast really, I know it was a different kind of, it wasn't
different.
really
It
a
was different
comedy
vibe,
fun. It was mostly focusing on the mental health, and it's very important in today's world.
Yeah.
Please be aware of your mental health because it literally leads your life.
Yeah.
It
If you don't
shapes
take-
your
yeah,
life
yeah,
the
if
way
don't
that you
take-
see
yeah,
it.
If you don't take care of your brain, you're gonna fuck up.
You're gonna be a brain on a fucking sidewalk.
your brain outside. No, if you don't take care of your brain, you can fuck up and do something that you don't want to do. Or
Yeah.
Be in a place or do things.
Exactly.
So,
And it makes you
yeah,
crazy.
It sounds like a really like, I wouldn't say pussy, like it sounds like you're being a pussy, but like that's really, it's like the gym for your body. Like you just have to like just maintain it. You don't, so you just don't fuck up and do something stupid that you regret later or, yeah.
Yes.
Poe's gonna
Please
gonna read off the suicide hotline.
I'm gonna read out a hotline
No,
for you guys.
she's gonna
So
read-
please listen. Listeners, seek support, please. If you're struggling with mental health, if you or someone you love,
We're experts.
if they're shit, that was so bad. If someone is struggling with a crisis of mental health, there is help. Call or text 988 or chat with somebody at 988lifeline.org. It's literally a website for mental health. I'm not just like bullshitting stuff.
no,
it's
she was
an
actually-
actual
she was actually reading that shit.
American mental health thing. So like if you do need help and you're afraid to like, you feel like you're going crazy or something and you need mentally help or talk to somebody,
talk to a friend.
reach out to this line. Because there's so many different things you can do. You can get help. You can get tested if you have something. Like, see if you're mentally crazy or something. Like, it's all there. So, 988lifeline.org. Okay? Thank you, though, for listening, everybody. We love you.
Yo,
keep safe.
Yes. Also, remember to wash behind your ears and wash your coochies.
Please follow, subscribe. Follow, subscribe, and like all of our stuff. And please start leaving fucking questions, God damn it. You fucking losers. Why are you not leaving us
the fuck is
questions?
wrong with
Like,
y'all?
what?
Come on.
We ask you to leave questions, and you just...
Yeah, are you guys too smooth of a brain to not like know how to type? Do you not know how to use a fucking phone?
Do we need to start
boomers?
like saying this stuff in the beginning so like you guys can like understand. Just
God.
kidding. No, we love you. There's
do.
no hate.
We definitely appreciate you guys. We got 100
Yeah,
views.
let's actually like look really quick. So right now we have 9 followers on Spotify.
Let's go, the 9.
Yes, we have
Let's
41
go.
total plays on Spotify.
How many plays?
40.
We got 40
total.
Let's fucking
6
go.
hours of consumption.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank
This is
you.
what
That's
we're
dope.
talking about. Let's look at YouTube really quick.
YouTube. Dude, I think we're doing a lot better than what I thought we were going to do.
Me too.
And we got 28 followers on our Instagram page?
Actually, we have more now. It's 31 now.
We got 31. But yeah, and also
we
too,
have 6 subscribers.
we got 6 cuz yeah. Let's go.
And then we got 31 on Instagram. So
And we got 100 views on our one episode.
Yep. So please,
And we got 5 views on the last
9 views.
Hell yeah.
9 to 107. Come on, guys.
Come on,
Keep
guys.
going. I know it probably wasn't one of your favorite segments.
I know.
but
We're definitely not going to talk
just
too much
click on
about
it.
politics, but we're definitely going to have like a crash
Yeah, we're done.
out
We're
episode.
done with the politics.
Yeah, the politics was that was so dry. I know. We already know.
I'm sorry.
We're
I'm
fixing
sorry.
it. We're fixing it.
But thank you. We love you. Please subscribe,
and
and
subscribe.
listen to our next episode.
Yes. Appreciate you guys.
Thank
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Stay smooth.